Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, Davey Dangerously, the West Coast voice, coming at you once again.
Wait. The West Coast voice, right? Yeah. The West Coast voice. So they got an issue with that. West Coast voice. To us, you're the West Coast voice, right? Apparently, people have a problem with you being the West Coast voice. I don't understand. This is all a business. We all have fun with it. West Coast voice. We're all trying to have fun with this, and yet people are taking issue with this. I'm not going to mention any names, but just recently you just had a little Twitter exchange, right, with somebody. I'm not going to say the wrestler's name because it's irrelevant, but I don't get it. Like, okay, Dave says something, the wrestler says, okay, continue being a mark. Like, if mark's a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. I'm a mark. I'm a fan. I love wrestling, and because of us, you wouldn't be where you are. So
I think all the wrestlers are marks too.
I think that's what, if Vince McMahon wasn't a mark for Hulk Hogan wouldn't be Hulk Hogan because Vince McMahon was all over his nuts. So I mean, that's just the way it works. Who else? You talk to anybody, you see all these pictures of indie guys that are all happy and proud, and they're posing with Jushin Liger, and you're not a mark, you know? So what's up with that? If mark's a bad thing? No, fuck that. Mark's not a bad thing. Mark's a good thing, and you own that shit. I'm a mark. He's a mark. This guy's a mark. And we're marks for life. So what? Go ahead.
Shout out to Mark World Order.
Mark World Order.
We'll get into Mark World Order, but let me continue.
All right.
But that was what we'd like to call
just
a Rated R Rant.
A little, just something that was on my chest.
He's a heel. Okay, as always with my brothers.
Episode 49.
Episode 49.
David Dangerously, the West Coast voice, still a mark. With my brothers, Dan the V Salazar.
I don't know if it's officially summer, but it is hot outside.
Yeah,
it's hot in here.
Yeah, obviously. And Rated R Salazar.
We got Rated R getting hot.
Rated R getting sweaty.
Ooh,
I got
brothers
boob sweat.
Of Destruction, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 49.
49. Welcome.
It's been a while.
Yeah, man.
It's been a while since we've been at the table.
You guys, right?
It's been a while since we've been at the table.
You did your nice little traveling video.
Yeah, man. I hope that everybody liked that. I had the day off, so I figured I'd do something.
That was cool. I liked it, man.
Yeah,
it brought us into we weren't able to go that day, so it brought us into the event there. So.
I think the next couple of shows that all of us get to go to, we're definitely going to bring that back because we've had a lot of positive feedback on that. So thank you guys. I wish you guys were there, obviously.
Oh, man. I wish I was there, too.
Big stuff happening that day. Woo! Yeah. It was hot as balls in Merced. And I'm not talking about outside. I mean, the action inside the ring was awesome. So we'll get back into Best of the West and our local stuff. First things first, it's been a while, like we said. So let's stick with the bad stuff first. Bruno Sammartino passed away.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's been about a couple weeks, but you know we haven't been here at the table. Bruno was what, 82 or 3 years old?
I believe so.
Something like that.
So. Yeah.
The greatest world champion ever in the Northeast Territory. I mean, he's lived a full life, so.
Yeah, what do you say? You know, it's
R.I.P., brother.
Right? Yeah.
Testify. So now let's get in with the good stuff. You brought up something awesome. It's almost the halfway point in the year.
Yeah, it's well, by the time you're watching this, it's June already.
Yeah.
So we're halfway.
It's not April?
Right?
Right?
It is the halfway point.
It's halfway point through the year. And I was just thinking, you know, sometimes on different podcasts, different websites, different things, they always do like half year awards, who's been the best for the half year. And I was just thinking about what I thought, who would be the WWE MVP at this point in the year. And I gotta think Seth Rollins, right?
I would totally agree with that.
What?
I think so.
Like, I mean, he's totally stepped it up. You know, when he wrestled, you know, at WrestleMania, the triple threat match with Miz and Finn Balor, won the IC title, defended in the ladder match in Saudi Arabia, which we didn't even talk about that.
Right. Well, the last time we were together, I think Ring Crüe had just showed up on Nitro, so I think it was live on Raw and Nitro.
He had a beard on Raw.
Probably,
but he had
the last time we were together
on Nitro.
It's been a while.
We missed quite a bit.
It's been a while. But yeah, I mean, he did that marathon freaking over an hour long match on Raw. I mean, he won the IC title. He's been.
Well, he's always had it in him.
Yeah,
he's always had it, and he's always showed it. I mean, he's always
countless
been on fire. Yeah.
Since we last filmed, he's had countless IC title matches, defending it every week. Yeah, man, he's badass.
I think we both agree with that as far as the MVP. Another one that sticks out in my mind is Sami Zayn. He's been killing it as like a comedic chicken shit heel.
just coming out and knowing that the fans are fucking hating him right now, and he's still doing his little ska dance. Like I love that. I love the fact that he's like, like suck it here, take this.
I think the Sammy and Kevin show was great, especially when they were mocking Jason Jordan.
Oh man.
Oh, it's 6 kids. You forgot about Jason Jordan.
I like how he pulls out the glasses.
And then
And
then he said, "Oh well, Kurt Angle forgot about him too." Oh my God! And the stuff that he did with Bobby Lashley recently, with Bobby Lashley's sister.
That was rough. That was a little rough to watch. It was quiet in the audience. Bobby Lashley's in WWE.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. That's right.
That was a little.
It was controversial.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
cheesy.
It wasn't Roseanne-ish.
Oh. We're gonna
it was-
watch this video. We're gonna watch this like 10 years from now, and this is gonna date us right now.
So that was it was a rough segment, but it was funny. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. It kind of reminded me of the old Attitude Era where they do the little skits and little comedy things, and so what? Controversy creates cash, to quote Eric Bischoff. I mean, it does.
I didn't think it was controversial. I just thought it was stupid.
Well, I think they got a lot of backlash on saying, "Oh, it was men dressing in drag and this and that," but
Whatever. It's wrestling.
It's
Come
wrestling.
on,
Right.
it's wrestling.
It's
Right.
wrestling.
Jesus.
There's a move in wrestling called the dick flip. How many guys haven't dressed in drag?
Right.
Right.
Honestly, and I think, man, Bobby Lashley coming back to WWE is awesome.
He's in fantastic shape.
He's in great shape, man. I don't think he should have went after Brock the first night.
You know, that's what I'm saying. I was
Or
thinking
something. He should have did. He's just kind of
because they have
Turn him on.
they're saying all these rumors that like he was signed to be the guy to beat Brock, and
So-
supposedly they're gonna have a match at SummerSlam, and that's only 2 months away, and I don't see them being anywhere near that.
No,
I mean, with all due respect to Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley wrestling Sami Zayn is no big step for him to go up against Brock Lesnar next.
It was just announced yesterday on Raw. You're watching this, but yesterday he's wrestling Bobby Lashley. Sami Zayn is at Money in the Bank. I mean,
Yeah, Money in the Bank's coming up, man.
yeah, man.
So then that match happens, and the next day, boom, Brock Lesnar.
Maybe,
That's the way it works.
Who knows? It's wrestling, right?
maybe.
Who's taking Money in the Bank?
Women's or men's?
Either, both.
Oh man, I don't know.
I want to see. I don't know. I want to see, and she just qualified for it last night. Sasha Banks. I want to see Sasha Banks come back up in that upper echelon there, in that top tier. I want to see her back in that fold. She's. I don't want to say she's floundering a bit, but she's floundering a bit, and I want to see her back in there.
I don't know if I haven't really picked a winner on that. Maybe we'll do like a prediction like we did for the Royal Rumble, but I think Bayley's gonna get involved in the match. I think Bayley's gonna do a heel turn.
See, I would love that. I would love that.
Because it's unexpected, and she's so wholesome and goody two shoes, and Sasha's the heel. But I think Bayley's had enough.
Yeah. I can
Enough
see
is
that.
enough, and it's time for a change.
Time for a change.
God damn it.
Men's side?
Men's side.
I'm kind of thinking I'd like to see The Miz do it again.
I would love to see that.
I'd love to see him be a 2-time Mr. Money in the Bank and, go on and beat AJ Styles at some point, and then maybe set up for a title match next year WrestleMania, Daniel Bryan versus Miz for the title. That feud doesn't need the title.
You know, it'd be great
But how great would it be with the
if
title?
Finn Balor won it, shows up to cash it in as a demon, but the demon didn't win it, so he's not allowed to cash it in, so he has to wait to be Finn Balor again.
That's great
Ooh,
fucking booking right
that's
there, my friend.
good. That's good.
I want to tend towards the Miz, but god damn. The only reason why is because the thing I said for WrestleMania or Royal Rumble was Miz has a new show coming out. Wouldn't it be awesome to send
Right?
him on red carpets with the World Championship or Universal Championship or whatever championship?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It'll probably be Braun Strowman.
Braun
It'll
is
probably
on fire.
be Braun Strowman. Try
Say
saying
that.
that 3 times.
Braun Strowman's on fire right now.
He's actually, even with WrestleMania little tag team guy, what's his name?
Nicholas?
Nicholas.
For as
Greatest
much-
tag team champion of all
Yeah,
time, right?
for as much as that got shit on and it was hated by a lot of people, it was actually loved by a lot of people too.
Oh man,
a
that's
lot of
awesome.
people thought it was like really cool, but it got Braun Strowman. God damn.
Can you
why
just
can't
not
I
say his name today?
It got Braun Strowman's name, out there anymore.
Nicholas got him flustered.
Right?
and then
Nicholas.
and then he went on.
Oh.
Fucking continue. He then went on to win the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So
he won the green belt, bro.
That was actually a pretty cool belt.
That was a
I like
sick
that
belt.
belt.
So
That trophy sucked, but yeah, that was cool.
He was better than the women's battle royal uterus.
Oh, dude.
Vaginal uterus. I think they did that as a rib. I don't know. They had somebody
Yeah,
had to
that
fucking-
was a
yeah.
rib.
Yeah. Mean Gene designed that.
Put that cigarette out. Big news in the world of professional wrestling: the All In event in Chicago.
Oh, man.
Sold
Labor
out.
Day weekend. What, 29 minutes?
Yeah, a little less than 30 minutes, sold out. I was on there trying to get my tickets. I was gonna buy the flight out to Chicago. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
He was all in, but he was all out. So, all out of tickets.
So yeah, man, All In's gonna be and sold out with that without even having an announced card. Which
Right?
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
You hear Cody, and you hear the Young Bucks, and you hear Marty Scurll,
Hangman Page.
and that's all really that you hear, and the tickets are gone in less than 30 minutes. You
Yeah.
know, like that's fucking awesome. I mean, that's money.
We've
You know?
heard the CM Punk rumors. He will
Yeah,
be in
speaking of
Chicago.
two-time Mr. Money in the Bank, do you guys think he's gonna? What do you guys think? He's got a fight. He's got a UFC fight coming up. Well, as we film this, it's probably about 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away. Whether he wins or loses UFC fight, do you think he returns to the ring at All In?
I say he's in the audience.
Yeah,
I say he's in the audience. They acknowledge him. He stands up. He looks a little emaciated. He waves.
I don't.
That's it.
I think he's done with wrestling.
You think so?
I think so. I know he'll be in town doing the autograph session. I'm sure he'll be at the actual event. But
Whether he appears on camera or whatever.
I don't know. And I hope they stream that.
I was
or
just gonna say,
something.
speaking, we keep saying on camera, but we don't even know if it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
mean-
filmed. Yeah.
I know.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
I know ROH is involved with the actual like ring rental and lighting and all that stuff. And if ROH was smart, if they don't go on pay-per-view, which ROH has the capabilities to do so, you gotta stream that shit. Especially with the stuff that ROH will be providing this event, they have the capabilities to stream it. That would be so much more revenue because they already made a shitload of money
Oh yeah.
just for selling
Definitely.
tickets. Can you imagine the merch sales? Can you imagine all the shit that's going on that weekend? The star cast.
Not only is for All In, but I mean you forgot to mention the NWA Championship.
Yes, Nick
Nick
Aldis.
Aldis.
He challenged Cody. If Cody wins the Ring of Honor Championship, Nick Aldis will face Cody in a title versus title match.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Wow.
That's huge right there.
That's a big coup.
Imagine Cody
That's a
fucking
big
holding
coup
that.
for Billy Corgan there.
Huh?
Can you imagine a double world champion? A championship that his father
That I was
won
about
three
to say.
times?
About to say.
3 times?
I'd love to see that belt around that waist.
Oh man, Cody's on fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He can do no wrong, and kudos to Cody Rhodes for taking a chance,
Yeah.
leaving, selling out 10,000 tickets, and
Yeah, who would have thought when Stardust quit WWE
Right.
that we'd be having this conversation, less than 2 years later? It's crazy. Yeah.
Sometimes I mean WWE doesn't always make a guy.
No, yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And sometimes you have to stand back, you get away from it, and you become a guy. You know what I'm saying? And then WWE comes crawling to your door, and then you can tell them, well, you know what? Give me this much.
Yeah.
You know?
Another huge event coming to the States, New Japan Pro Wrestling,
Oh, yes.
coming back to California, to the United
California.
States, to the historic Cow Palace in the San Francisco area.
You guys aren't going. I haven't bought tickets because I was waiting to hear an answer from you guys. They're not going, but I've decided today I'm going. I'm buying tickets.
This is July
Still
7th?
July 7th. So
Tickets
Friday?
are still on sale. It's on a Saturday night.
I don't know,
Tickets
man.
are still on sale.
Where Big
It
Dave and I
hasn't-
work, I
it
mean, that's
hasn't
considered
sold-
the first of the month.
It hasn't sold out, so I am buying tickets.
I'm a manager now.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I got
I'll tell you what,
we
guys, I got vacation. I'm off the first 2 weeks of July, so hopefully you'll see some more filming from at that time. But I will also.
Can you bring us back some pictures? We can post
So
them.
yeah, man, I'll be taking pictures. I'll be posting them on the Ring Crüe social media stuff. I'll be driving out there. Hopefully, my man Peps. He says he's going with me. We'll see. Peps,
Nice.
if you're watching, new baby or not, man, you gotta come with me. He's got a baby
Might
coming.
have to call in sick. I don't know.
Also coming out of the Bay Area, the latest All Pro Wrestling event, We Out Here Part 2. Our good buddies, Carl and Steicher. of the
Oh,
Body
yeah,
Guard,
tag team champs.
are the
Congratulations,
new
guys.
APW Tag Team Champions.
Congratulations.
beating their mentors and trainers, the Reno Scum. Woo!
Students beat the teacher. Sorry, I'm too nice.
No, this guy. But yeah, that was an awesome match. I saw a couple clips from a couple fan cams. Awesome. Those dudes are awesome. Congratulations to those guys. We've worked with them a bunch of times.
Oh, yeah.
West and West. Those dudes are awesome. I just saw Carl, I think the week before that happened. He was actually pretty stoked about that match. So
Was he wearing his Ring Crüe tank top?
he wasn't.
Oh, he likes to hit the gym, man.
But yeah, we've seen them get the pump on with Wolfgang Danger in the Ring Crüe tank top. So thanks again for that.
Thank you guys.
Also, recently just came out today on the Stone Cold podcast.
Oh yeah.
Our good buddy AJ Kirsch,
Yeah.
who has also interviewed with us twice actually, was on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast.
That's awesome. See, you
about-
interview with us, you go places.
Yeah, man.
You know, you talk
Steve
to us
Austin
twice.
saw it.
Steve Austin saw it.
Mhm.
Hey, come on down here, son, to Texas Rattlesnake Ranch.
That's right. So
That was a terrible impression.
That was an awful impression. I'm embarrassed I just did that.
AJ Kirsch just recently had knee surgery.
Yeah, shout out to AJ.
yeah,
Go buy his shirts.
Yeah, go buy. The brother needs it.
Roast of Joe Brody.
Yeah, he. I just saw him last week as well. I did a.
Did you pretend to take a drink?
Well, I was going to, and then I remember that I
He
was.
kayfabed it.
Fuck this drink.
Sip of water for the working
Yeah,
man.
sip of water.
That was a terrible Stone Cold impression.
You guys are terrible. I just saw AJ. He came to Best of the West. He was commentating. He did not host the event. He did host Art of the Promo class, which I took.
Yeah, I was just.
That you saw in the last. I gave you a little snippet. Give you a little snippet in the On the Road with David Dangerously. He's still killing it out there.
Was that for? Was there workers and fans in attendance?
There was one fan. There was everybody else was a worker, and then Kyle Newport and myself were there as well. It was cool. We did. It was like a 2-hour long thing.
I was about to ask how long was it.
And then he had made everybody do a promo, and I did a promo on Jason Hastings.
Oh,
and
nice. Our good buddy Jason Hastings
and Trip Rogers, which I think I did include in the last.
I did see. Yeah, we're talking about the worst looking. I'm sorry, the best looking.
Well, you know, you said it right the first time.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, you know, I'm not a wrestler, but you know, I have to speak in front of hundreds of people, a couple times a month. So I figured, why not?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it
was anything to better your craft, man. That's what
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
It was kind of it wasn't intimidating.
But you are just a mark, so.
Well,
that's
fuck
right.
Me. I told the people that were in the promo class, I don't have a problem like going out in front of like hundreds of people talking, but when it's like 5 or so people, because
it's more intimate.
Yeah, it's they're all looking at me. Like smaller crowds, they don't freak me out, but
they freak you out.
They don't freak me out, but like I have to have these monthly meetings at my work, and I was like, yeah, these 4 people are just looking directly at me.
Picture them naked.
Well, have you seen the people I work with?
Yeah, never mind.
But yeah, like if there's a crowd of people and I have a live mic, these assholes don't know me. So yeah, if
not that the best of the West fans.
No, that's just
far from it.
Some of them are, but yeah, I brought that up, and Kyle kind of said the same thing because kayfabe, he's a teacher in real life, and he deals with little kids. So it was a great experience. Thank you, AJ. He's doing these all over the territory, so if you ever see one pop up, it's only $20.
Yeah, man. Listen to the podcast. I'm almost through it. I got about 15 minutes left, but I've been listening to it today. It's good, man. It's a good listen. They talk about, of course, their time together at Tough Enough.
Tough Enough season 5?
4.
4,
yeah. And then
it's on the network.
It's on the network, yeah. And then AJ talks a little bit about his creation of the Joe Brody character, how he picked parts of his actual personality and just kind of,
amped it up.
Like they always say, that's the best part of, the best way to become a performer.
The best way to be you is be you.
Yeah, just turn it up, yeah.
And that's what he brought up at the seminar.
So yeah, he talks about that. They talk a little bit about their love for rock music and
Nickelback.
Most notably Nickelback.
Yeah, most notably Nickelback. So it's a pretty cool listen, and it's cool to hear that someone we know, someone we like to call a friend, is a friend with Stone Cold Steve Austin. So that's cool, man. We got like 1 degree of separation.
Yeah, I just I texted AJ today after I listened to it.
Texted him.
Well, you know.
Got him on speed dial.
And I said, yeah, man, it was a great show, and you know, thanks for telling everybody, and he thanked me for listening, and it was, I mean, we listen to podcasts all the time, but that was actually a great podcast.
Well, you know, AJ's so good on the mic.
Yeah.
He's got this natural just flow. Yeah, he doesn't stop. He doesn't slow down, and I don't know if it's a gift of the gab or if he's just quick with his mind, but
doesn't stutter. Doesn't do Stone Cold impressions.
Right. Yeah. Doesn't mess up Braun Strowman's name.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He could say Braun Strowman all day.
All day, brother. So another.
But we're proud of him. I mean,
awesome.
I mean, that's awesome.
Glad to call him a friend. He's been on the show multiple times. Can't thank him enough.
He's like super. Yeah, he's like super cool. He's a real dude. You know, he'll tell like it is. So.
Yeah. Kudos to AJ Kirsch.
Speaking of real dudes.
The real one.
Did you guys see the real one?
Oh,
real one.
That's right. He ain't Bill Cosby.
The real one's dropping his new singles.
Is it Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix. I think it's called. Yes, Enzo Amore, aka Real One.
So
dropped his first single.
He was silent for months on social media.
You can't blame the guy. I mean,
can't blame the guy at all.
Those are pretty bad allegations. You know?
So then, when he posted that he was going to be in Times Square, and he posted that rooftop picture, and he told them to tune in at such and such date, I thought for sure that when we tuned in live, that he was going to jump off that building. And I thought we were going to witness an Enzo Amore / Real One suicide.
Wow.
Well, I mean, with his single, I mean, we almost did. I mean,
yeah, man. Tope suicide.
Yeah, I thought, you know what it was just because we know him, we don't know him, but I mean, we know him from the business. I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, good for him. That's cool, you know. I'm going to get that CD. I'm going to put it next to my Thugonomics, next to my Macho Man CD, next to my Wrestling Boot Band Wrestling CD. And it's going to go up there. So I'm going to have you.
Hey, shout out to him for, keeping his name out there.
At least he's trying.
He's trying to move on, I guess, from wrestling. I don't know. Maybe he'll show up in Impact. Or maybe he'll show up somewhere else. Maybe he'll show up at All In. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not.
Probably not.
But
maybe we can get him at Best of the West.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Right?
I don't know.
How would you introduce
Never
him?
say never.
How would you
I wouldn't interview. I wouldn't introduce him. He'd take my mic.
That's true.
They just hit his music. They hit the Phoenix, and then boom. He brings his own mic, brother.
That's right.
Brings that weird ass old mic. Yeah.
Hey, good for him. Good for him, though, man. Whatever, he was. All charges weren't even filed, I guess, right? Or is that?
Everything was dropped. Everything was dropped because the truth came out, lack of evidence, and that girl was all over the place with her allegations and her stories and her lies and everything else. And that just goes to show you gotta be careful because, I mean, he was a big name. He was doing big things in 205 Live. He had the title.
He was a champion.
And he was a champ, and you gotta be careful with how you put yourself out there. I mean, it can happen to anybody, and it's scary in this day and age,
Well, you just live a certain lifestyle and put your name out there like that, put your other things out there like that, Yeah. He's lucky. I mean, whether he did anything or not is not for us to judge or whatever, but luckily the truth came out.
Did you do it?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Honestly, I don't.
I don't think so either.
Speaking of relationships, I guess you could say. What about that was a
nice segue.
That was a bad segue. But speaking of sexual relations, what about John Cena and Nikki Bella?
Oh man! Everybody from work who's watching this right now, they've been fast forwarding it through all this right here. They're just pressing the slide button because they all hate wrestling. But once they read your lips and said, Cena and Nikki Bella, they were like, oh, let's play. He's talking about the Total Divas.
Yeah, say total divas, total bellas, and all of a sudden, bam. Yeah. Okay, we got your attention now.
Well, welcome, guys. Welcome, Pep.
Episode 49.
And all you son of a bitches down there. Listen.
No, those guys are wrestling fans. It's the rest of them.
All right. It's the other guy.
This is Armbar coming straight at you.
Yeah, Armbar. So they were supposed to get married on Cinco de Mayo, and then they split up. But then
it's a work.
It's a work.
Is it a work? Is it a shoot? What is it?
I guess we'll find out.
September 17th.
They're gonna get married next WrestleMania.
Mexican Independence Day.
So we're gonna do it on Cinco de Mayo, and they said, well, that's not a real Mexican holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna go to Mexican Independence Day.
WrestleMania 35, New Jersey / New York. We're gonna get 1 hour of wrestling. We're gonna get a 2-hour wedding ceremony, and then another hour of wrestling.
Well, you know, because WrestleMania 35, I don't know if you guys have read, it's gonna be the longest WrestleMania in history. They're looking at 8 hours.
Jesus.
8 hours.
Stupid.
Yeah. They now that the network is gonna have everything, they want to go longer.
2 hours of wrestling, 4-hour wedding ceremony, 2 hours of wrestling.
Dude, not only will you get the wedding, but you'll get the reception. You will get
Jake the Snake that come around the box.
The match made in hell. You will also get Sid Justice on it.
Coming out.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
You guys, honestly, you guys think it's all
That was a
fake?
word.
The only reason
I said the F word, man. I hate saying that word.
What'd you say?
You.
I said fake.
Oh, I think we'll find out at the season finale of Total Bellas.
Because now all of a sudden,
All of a sudden,
Dakota Boy coworkers, all of a
Pours
sudden.
pours his heart out on the Today Show, and he's like, "She'll be here next week to respond." You know,
Sounds like a work, brother.
Oh yeah.
It's not for me, brother.
Yeah.
But speaking of beautiful women, terrible segue.
Terrible.
What about Tony Storm getting signed?
Oh,
WWE UK. That's your girl right there.
Man, my guy,
You're
my gal.
No, his guy. Whoa, let's edit that out. Speaking of UK, though, UK tournament's coming back. Tony Storm.
Man, Tony Storm.
Pete Dunne's been the champ for what, a year?
Almost a year.
Almost a year now.
Do you think whoever wins the UK tournament's going to challenge him the next day? You think we're going to have a new champ?
I think so.
First shot at the title?
I say Wolfgang comes back and takes it.
He's not even in the tournament. This guy.
But whose side is he on? The first UK tournament was awesome.
Yeah, so
great.
much talent. Like, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, Wolfgang, Mark Andrews. I mean, all these guys came out of it.
Tommy End was there.
He was
Tommy
there.
End.
Tommy End was there.
He was there.
Look where he's at now.
So all those guys came out of that tournament.
I think they're doing it around an NXT tour, and I think they're taping NXT.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's gonna be.
And they're going to kind of
awesome.
integrate a lot of NXT wrestlers into the UK tournament show as well, because night one, Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, and Tyler Bate are taking on the Undisputed Era.
Oh,
That's going to be an awesome match.
And it's been a while since we've been there, but the Undisputed Era is now 4 members.
With Roderick
With
Strong.
Roderick Strong.
So yeah, and then Shayna Baszler. It hasn't officially been announced, but I guess it's on the UK tournament, the promotions over there in the UK. I guess Tony Storm. I forget. There's 3 other UK women wrestlers. They're gonna have like a fatal 4-way tournament or fatal 4-way match, and the winner gets to face Shayna Baszler for the women's title. So that's gonna be cool.
We're gonna see Shayna Baszler versus what was her name? Evie. What's her WWE?
Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai. Where they going with that?
I don't know, but
I'm liking it.
Are they gonna wrestle at Takeover?
I love me some Dakota Kai.
I think they might be. I
Yes.
think they might go there.
Not yet.
Not
You
yet.
don't want it
I have
yet?
more ice on my mouth. Shayna Baszler's going to be defending her title against Nikki Cross.
That's right.
Yeah. That's
Which,
gonna-
man, what sucks is that Sanity has not been seen on SmackDown, even though they were supposed to be there.
Creative has nothing for him.
So why the fuck did they
Right.
draft him? But
Right.
Nikki Cross is. I don't want to say she's like
doing big things.
she's doing big things and
Thanks.
things, whatever. But yeah, look what happened to Carmella. Carmella stayed back. Now she's world champion.
Speaking of which, she's defending tonight against Asuka.
Oh yeah, SmackDown's probably on as we speak. Oh, also actually, I just got a WWE alert here a few minutes ago. The last match to determine the last person in the Money in the Bank match.
Just happened?
Oh.
No, it was scheduled to
that.
be Big Cass versus Samoa Joe.
Oh, that's right.
Then that was
Big Cass
axed.
is like legit hurt again.
So then Daniel Bryan versus Jeff Hardy happened. Daniel Bryan won. Daniel Bryan moved on. Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe was set up for tonight. But now I just read on my Vince himself just texted me.
Uh-oh.
He said, "Hey, Beast, Armbar, just want to let you know the last match for the last spot is now a triple threat match.
Oh shit.
Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe versus Big Cass.
Whoa.
So maybe he's not hurt after all.
Kayfabe to injury?
I guess so. Yeah.
Whatever.
Or he's working through it. We'll see.
Big Cass ain't shit.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the new Kevin Nash.
I was just.
I'm
He's
sorry.
tearing his knee.
I was surprised to see Big Cass get not a push, but I mean get a match against, or a little series against Daniel Bryan. That was kind of a weird combination.
Yeah.
They needed someone to make him
Somebody
right
who-
off the bat because
somebody who
Enzo was gone, and they needed someone that could work. And lo and behold, Daniel Bryan's back in perfect timing. Feed him to Kaz, or let's say Kaz gets fed to Bryan. You know.
Well, we all know Cass ain't going to the Money in the Bank. It's gonna be.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be D-Brad.
I don't think it's gonna be D-Brad either.
I think it's gonna be Samoa
You
Joe.
think they're gonna put him in a ladder match with that messed up noggin of his?
Hey, he's cleared, brother.
He's clear.
I don't
He's
know,
clear.
man.
Hey, his first night back, he took a fucking power bomb
He
Right?
did take. He did,
on a fucking ring
he
apron.
did take the power bomb in the ring.
I read something interesting the other day on who
Well, he thinks about that. Listen to the Chris Jericho podcast with Daniel Bryan. He discusses the power bomb on the term.
Someone just posted recently with Alexa Bliss being in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Are they gonna have special extended ladders, or are they gonna have the briefcase lowered just a bit more? Because
I think it'll be
she
lowered.
is a tiny woman.
And my wife, who's not a wrestling fan at all, she said that because she saw the two briefcases. She's like, the women's briefcase is up higher. Are they gonna bring it down? And I was like, I don't know, probably.
Hey, you want to fucking wrestle in the ladder match? Then you
Alexa
make,
Bliss,
you make it work.
Bliss better stand on top of that fucking
You
ladder.
make it
She
work. You
wants-
stand on the top of that ladder with your tiptoes.
Yeah.
I say somebody climbs it and Alexa Bliss climbs them.
Ooh, yeah. I like it.
Well, I could think of a couple people she could climb. But anyway.
Real quick, speaking of women and Money in the Bank, we kind of just glossed over this, or didn't even talk about it. Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey for the title. What do you guys think?
I want to see it Ultimate Warrior Honky Tonk Man style. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see this long drawn out match because that's going to be the case.
32 seconds.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, Ronda Rousey comes in, whips her ass, kind of quick, kind of by surprise, pins her, gets the title, and she's out. That's the only way I think they can do that, making Nia Jax look still strong because she got caught off guard, and Ronda Rousey look okay because she's not gonna. You know, they can't have a long drawn out match. You can't do that. It's not gonna be.
I'm just
the case.
the only thing. Like, I don't really give a shit that Ronda Rousey's wrestling for the title already. The only thing is that I care about is like continuity. Like, this whole Nia Jax story is so
I was
weird.
just gonna say that I feel bad for Nia Jax because she's improved,
Oh yeah, definitely.
but
she had to become a face character for this whole feud with Alexa Bliss going into WrestleMania. She did a good job.
Oh yeah.
You know, she made
got the fans sympathizing
got the
with her.
fans sympathizing with her. She became the bullied character, which was, you know, different for her, you know, because she was always the bully.
Especially being that she's so much more bigger as compared to Nia to Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, she
They turned the small one into the bully, which was cool.
She became the sympathetic character. She did well, and then they're like,
now Nia's the bully.
okay, turn around now. Let's go back to being a bully again. I'm like, whoa, what is this? Like, and it was such a strange, like at the NBC upfront, like
Hey, I'm gonna challenge you. Ha ha ha.
Right,
Picture
yeah.
and selfie and walk off.
yeah, and then it was like because Stephanie McMahon said one thing,
Wow.
it made her like turn, which was, I don't know. The whole thing is weird.
But what sucks about that, not to cut you off,
No,
but
it's like-
it took so much heat off of Bliss.
It did. It did.
Bliss was such a fucking great hot heel.
Yeah.
And now what is she? She's
Losing matches left and right, and yeah.
And now what? Nia's a big baby face or a big heel.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fed to Ronda Rousey.
I don't get it.
It was cool though that, I mean, when she came out and it was, you know, I don't know if it was scripted or what, but for Ronda Rousey to say, you know what, are you sure me? Because obviously those women, you know, deserve it. You know, she recognizes that, and so she says, okay, they deserve it, but I'm not gonna turn down the chance. So I mean, which is cool. I mean, you know, that kind of like I was
thinking. It's probably, you know, because, and they kind of hinted towards it, like Natalya, she's going to be in the Money in the Bank match.
Oh, yeah.
And she said something like, you know, Ronda Rousey's going to be the champ, I'm going to be Miss Money in the Bank, and then she did that stupid little shoulder shimmy. It was something like that, I don't know. But I thought that'd be kind of cool way to do it, to get the belts off of Nia on somebody else for whatever reason they want to. Have, you know, Rousey look badass and beating her is win the title. Have Natalya win the Money in the Bank, Natalya comes out to congratulate her, celebrate with her, and
Paul
takes her out
Oh, yeah.
and says, hey, you know, we may be friends, but this title's more important than our friendship. And then have someone like Natalya who can carry Ronda Rousey go into a rematch at SummerSlam that gives Ronda Rousey a headline match at SummerSlam versus for the women's title against Natalya, who, like I just said, you know, somebody who can
carry her,
who can basically do the match and
who can be her Bret Hart, her Davey Boy Smith,
and make her look good.
You know,
and they have history. They've trained together.
Exactly. So
I'm pretty sure that Natalya is like her trainer.
Yeah.
I mean, besides like Brian Kendrick and
the guys down in Santino,
PC.
yeah, and stuff. So I thought that'd be kind of cool story to have.
It's an easy story to tell,
right?
Especially with their history, and they have footage of that, and they have their social media pictures. Like, oh man, that video package would be bigger than the fucking match. Shit. Book it, Paul, or Vince, or
Steph, whoever.
Kevin Dunn, fuck you. So now let's talk about our own shit. We've talked about All In and all this shit, Money in the Bank. Now let's talk about our stuff. Best of the West, coming back at you in 2 weeks from today?
June 9th.
Not today. June 9th.
June 9th. Saturday night.
Saturday night, Fresno City College. I will be...
And are we going to be in the gym again?
No.
Oh.
Are you gonna be there?
I'm going to be there.
Well, I got
Hell
breaking
or high water.
breaking news for you guys right here.
Uh-oh.
I will be there.
Son of a bitch. Mr. Worker.
It's a Saturday night. I usually work Saturday nights. I do my doubles on Saturdays. Flipped a couple things around. I had a favor owed to me. So you know, I cashed in the favor.
He's a fugazi.
Cashed in the favor. So Saturday, June 9th, I have the night off.
That's for Randy, right?
That was for Randy.
So
Randy.
I will be.
So I gotta apologize to a guy at my work, Randy, one of my coworkers, great dude. He lives in Merced, California, where the last Best of the West event was. I always tell him, hey man, if you want to come by. I'll hook you up. First beer's on me. So I was busy.
Lo and behold, Randy showed up.
Not only was I ring announcer, I was the host because AJ hurt himself. Right? Randy shows up, stays for a couple hours. He says I looked right at him.
He even waved to you.
He waved to me.
He waved to you.
I kayfabed the fuck out of
AJ
him.
was like, hey, a fan. Hey, man.
Hey, you fucking Mark.
Yeah. I did not.
He came to me. I was at work. He came to me. He says, yeah, I went to the Best of the West show.
You know what Dave did? Dave walked by, hey, how you doing, pal?
I signed his fucking forehead. He was so...
We can put 2 Ds.
Yeah. He was so... He wasn't upset, but he was like, yeah, man, I was waving. I thought you were looking right at me.
He's like, what is all your fucking Davey Dangerously over there? And,
I was in full Davey Dangerously mode. I mean, I was busy that night. I was all over. I had to bring the Best of the West.
Poor Randy. Randy, next time we're there, you can come sit with me.
Then that's what I told him. I was like, man, and that was my fault because I didn't get his number. So if you would have texted me, I would have saw it.
I think I have his number. I think I
I'm an asshole.
We got you.
But
we got you, Randy.
Speaking of kayfabe, he always faves me when I tell him, hey, come, pal, and then he doesn't show up. So whatever. Fuck you, Randy.
Wait, you just went from good Nia Jax to bad Nia Jax.
Fuck you. He's a hero. No, Best of the West, Fresno City College, June 9th. Dan and B. Salazar will be there.
Live and in color, baby.
You're going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
The boys are back in town.
I'm going to be there.
Not a lot of matches have been announced. I think Mike Rain versus Funny Bone in a Best of the West Championship rematch has been announced.
Last time they tore the house down.
Oh my God.
That'll be exciting.
Funny Bone is... I'm afraid of him.
He will
As you should be.
He will eat your fucking face right off.
Yeah.
He'll wear it.
It was 110 degrees in that gym that night, and he walked in, and my blood ran cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That dude is intense. So I'll be there. We'll all be there. And then July, on my birthday, Best of the West returns to Hanford, California. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there or not yet, because it's my birthday.
Oh. Well, what better way to celebrate than at Best of the West?
All right.
How can we not have a cake in the ring?
Oh, you know what happens with cake in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna, if I do go, which I will, I'm going to tell Sparks to bring... I'll be there, brother, if there's cake. But I'm going to tell Sparks to bring his training canvas, because I don't want to get the real canvas dirty. Because you should smash a cake in my face.
Something else happening in July?
Oh yeah.
Something else?
2 weeks after Best of the
2
West.
weeks after Best of the West.
July 29th.
We're gonna drive down the other way, right?
Hillmar, California.
Hillmar.
Remember what happened last time we were in fucking Hillmar?
Oh, I remember.
I remember.
We were a little ready. I kind of flubbed getting into the ring.
This close. My hands were this close.
To Landis's face?
To smacking Landis's face.
I wish he would have slapped the shit out of him.
That smug look he gets on his face where he smiles and...
Last time was close. Maybe this time will be a little closer.
So, this event is called Day of Defiance. And if anybody... No, that was the last one.
I was going to say, wait.
This one is...
Rewind.
No,
Retribution.
This one is Retribution.
And what a fitting name.
What a fucking fitting name. If anybody's coming for Retribution, boys, it's going to be the Ring Crüe. And we are bringing, if you watched my promo, we are bringing fire to that ass. And not like what you were thinking. But we are going, on a serious note,
Casey's and Rogers, we're going to be your Taco Bell.
We're going to give you bubble guts, brother. No, you came to us and you put your hands on a ring announcer, not a trained wrestler. But hey, it's all good. You know, we're bringing hell with us this time.
So since you're not a trained wrestler and they put their hands on you, it's open game.
It's open game.
It's open game.
And like I said last time, we don't need to know how to wrestle. We know how to fight.
Yeah, and if Joe Hamilton has the fucking grapefruits to show up this time,
is he gonna show up finally?
Who knows? David Dangerously's on the card, brother. Last time David Dangerously was on the card, he didn't show up.
We'll see.
So we'll be there. If you guys have enough fucking grapefruits, show up. Because we're coming for Retribution. So now that we've got those promos out of the way.
Macho Man thing there.
Yeah, dig it, brother.
Yeah, goosebumps, brother.
Thinking. Also in August, Best of the West, live on pay-per-view again, August 25th in Santa Cruz, California. We'll get into that a little bit later. That's a couple of months out. But I want to get into something on a happy note. As you know, if you follow us on Instagram, we did have a Instagram exclusive giveaway.
A bunch of shit in there. I wanted to win.
Oh man.
I was like, why are we not eligible?
Right? We were looking through the stuff. We were like, I want this. I want that. I want this.
So these good brothers are now sponsored by the Good Brothers over at Wrestle Crate and Lapel Yeah, and we have a promo code. It's Ring Crüe, one word, but it's unprecedented because sure you can go and use any other promo code and save 10% with these promo codes at Wrestle Crate and Lapel Yeah, but the Ring Crüe is so hot right now, on fire that you get a 20% discount.
What?
Not 10.
Not just 10%. You're not just going to save the taxes. You're going to save 20%.
20%.
Wow.
Because we got pulled.
Yeah. Lapel Yeah and Wrestle Crate. Two great sites.
Ring Crüe 20%.
One word, 20%. So,
And if you have no one to buy this stuff for, buy us shit.
Yes.
Put our code in there, buy it for us, send it to us. We'll give you a shout out.
We'll put the P.O. box in the description below. Mark World Order, MWO4
Congratulations,
Live.
brother. Congratulations.
He won the crate, and that crate was loaded. This size. The box that was sent to me was double. There was a T-shirt. There was a hide that cup, brother. There was a T-shirt. There was an X-Pac autograph. There was a Jake the Snake pop. There was 2 pins. One
comic
was
books,
comic books. There was a Architect Tyler Black RF DVD. There was a Bruno Sammartino, God rest his soul, DVD. There was 3 comic books in total.
Yeah.
The Dusty Road. Alright, so anyways, a little technical difficulty there, but the crate was loaded. Our good brother MWO for Life won it. Thank you for participating. It was
Good
one
job,
of
brother.
our
Good job.
most
Yeah. We gained so many followers. A lot of people.
Thank you guys.
Just
Thank
a
you.
lot
That's
of
awesome.
buzz. A lot of buzz
Yeah.
on it. So thanks to Jonathan over at Wrestle Crate and Lapel Yeah for hooking us up with that. We look forward to doing business with him in the future. Again, we're planning on doing another giveaway soon. And yeah, I mean, doing good things, man.
Doing good things. We're getting our name out there.
So continue following us. We got our Collar and Elbow
10%.
10% sponsorship. That's also Ring Crüe, one word.
Ring Crüe, one word.
We got our
The Savage Stash.
our Savage Stash.
Savage Stash.
Yeah, you Savage Stash. Ring Crüe, one word.
Saves 10%.
10%. Now Wrestle Crate. Lapel, Ring Crüe, one word. 20%. Go to brownbutterwrestling.com// one of those slashes. Ring Crüe. We got all our shirts there.
And I mean, we got more designs in the works. We got a lot more stuff coming out. We got a lot more stuff coming
Rated
out.
R got his gimmick tee on.
We got a new OG RC shirt since we were last on. So yeah,
I'm gonna make an I'm a Mark shirt.
Oh yeah.
There
You
you
guys
go.
gonna buy those shirts. You can come at me when they autograph those. We're gonna I'm a Mark shirts, and I'm gonna wear one proudly.
Dan the Beast still needs his gimmick tee on there.
Yeah.
But we got another
I
design.
can't decide if I'm going with Beast or Armbar for a T-shirt.
Well, why not both?
Porque no los dos.
Boy, nigga.
The Arm Beast.
The Arm Beast.
Beast.
Beast Bar.
Beast bar.
Sounds like a good candy.
So stay tuned.
We're gonna buy that Beast bar, baby.
We're gonna have another T-shirt coming out here pretty soon. I think you guys are gonna like it. And I got another couple things in the works.
Have I seen it?
No, but you know that it's gonna happen. And you know it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
They don't know it's gonna happen.
All right.
So stay tuned for that. We got a lot of stuff coming out. We're gonna be everywhere. This guy is gonna be best of the West. So.
Right.
Come and have a beer with us.
Yeah.
Come see us.
So,
Come say hey.
Stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 49. We covered a lot of ground today.
We did. Yeah,
we put over all of our sponsors, and I'm going to announce right here. We still have one more sponsor. We are going to announce, and we're going to announce it on episode 50, which should be coming up here pretty soon. So stay tuned for that.
What's a Roman numeral for 50? Is that an L?
I think it's L.
We'll have episode L.
Episode L.
Oh yeah.
L for losers.
I was thinking large.
Well, I mean, this guy's in shape, but round is a shape. So,
Round is a shape.
so as always, do what you do, but whatever you do, don't mess with the crew. We will see you marks next time.